NBA 2K, the video game series synonymous with simulation basketball. Every year, 2K strives to deliver the most authentic basketball experience you can find in games. From the realistic sweat mechanics on the players to the jersey stitching down to the tattoos, you can tell that everything is made with realism in mind. And in NBA 2K25, it'll be no different. Listen to Mike Wang explain how Pro Play is going to increase realism.
So Pro Play is an exciting new technology that we introduced last year, and it allows us to take real NBA footage and translate that directly to the on-court gameplay. So it brings a whole new level of realism and authenticity to the gameplay experience.
Realism and authenticity. That's why, according to some in the community, we shouldn't have female My Players in the city. We gotta keep that 25 years of 100% realism intact. So as we prepare for the release of NBA 2K25 in a couple weeks, let's take a journey down memory lane and reminisce on some of the most realistic moments in NBA 2K history. But before we can embark on this roller coaster ride of realism, you gotta hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, because traveling back in time ain't cheap. And while you're in the comments down below, comment the most realistic moment in NBA 2K history you can remember. Now fasten your seatbelts, keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times while we take this journey back to the future. Oh, we don't have the rights to that. You can't. Oh, my bad. Back through 2K history. The year is 2015. NBA 2K just dropped, and all I could think about at work was the new My Park mode. Sunset Beach, Rivet City, or Old Town? Who will I choose? My 6'3" PG was already dominating in the NBA. Averaging 40, 11, and 7 as a rookie on hard difficulty ain't no small task. Surely playing online for the first time couldn't be that hard, right? I took my talents to Sunset Beach ready to give out free buckets to anyone who stood in my way. No squad, just a little old random taking on the world. I get on the got next spot, start my first game, and look at the opponents. And what do I see? Why, just our first realistic moment in NBA 2K history. A squad full of the most realistic 7'3" My Player demigods I've ever seen. And you know they mean business because they're wearing puffer coats and cowboy hats in 85-degree weather at the beach. Their endurance must be immaculate. They had to have all 99 stats because they were left right in their way to complete and utter domination. Just a masterclass in real simulation buckets, you know what I mean? Deep step back threes, posterizers, layups, no matter how many times I reached on these 7-foot monsters, there was no stopping it. As it should be though. NBA 2K is realistic. It's not like we had to wait almost 10 years to 2024 to see a player in the NBA with that type of skill set. You know, 2K was just ahead of its time. I may or may not have lost 6 straight games to these pure NBA template builds, but that's okay. I'm a Pro 3. Maybe a change of scenery will boost my luck for the better. So I mosey on down to the uber realistic fast travel points at the entrance of the park because a little birdie told me that the Old Town Flyers got some brand new courts. Before I take my 2-minute sleeping pill to instant transmission there, the voice on the PA reminds me all the do's and don'ts while I'm in Flyers territory. As I arrive, I am amazed at the realism of their new park on a military helicarrier in the middle of Old Town Bay. Forget about troops getting around the world quickly. There's basketball to be played. A great use of my tax dollars at work, if you ask me. I hop on the got next spot just for my first game to be against a true celebrity. Go the Gorillas, the beloved mascots of the Phoenix Suns, took time out of his busy schedule to get a few games in of his own. Side note, he's much taller in person. This time I was prepared. I seen what these 7'3" demigods can do, and I put forth my best effort just for him to drop 13 points on my head and I lose in utter disappointment. Who knew that someone playing in a mascot suit without any basketball shoes had this much game on a surprisingly sturdy helicarrier in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, I think it was at this moment I realized that 2K15 wasn't for me. So I decided to hop back on NCAA Football 14 and try my luck again. NBA 2K16. New year, new ways to see so many realistic moments in 2K history. Should we start at Rivet City's old park that was in the middle of the factory that was burning coal, that had absolutely no effect on our NBA caliber player lungs? Or should we go to Rivet City's new park that's at the top of a skyscraper that's at least 300 stories high? I mean, what better conditions could you play basketball under? It's not like it'll be cold up there, have the air extra thin, or be extremely windy. Nah. The most realistic moment I can remember in NBA 2K16 has to be when I hit Legend 5. Because that was the moment that I trained my white tiger to watch me play basketball in a crowd of people without eating anyone. I used that same guy in NBA 2K22 to train my pet parrot to talk trash to the other team while I hand out free buckets. There's nothing more realistic than having live animals at an NBA game, am I right? But that doesn't even compare to probably the most realistic moment in NBA 2K history. When I hit Legend and put on my jetpack for the first time. That's a moment I'll never forget as I flew up and down the beach, gazing at the city that I just conquered, reflecting on how hard it was for me to get to this realistic moment, only to be disturbed by a giant mech attacking the city. And it was at that moment that I realized my purpose for being in NBA 2K. It was to reveal my cyborg powers and save the city. You see how crazy y'all sound? Everybody seems to forget that NBA 2K is a simulation basketball game. No matter which way you slice it, NBA 2K has never claimed to be 100% authentic to the basketball experience. And even if they did, they still would fail. Because it's highly inauthentic to not see any female hoopers at any moment in the city. Therefore, there should be no debate as to if female My players should be added to the city. The answer is only yes. The question that still remains is how the dynamic between male and female My players will play out in gameplay. Let me know in the comments how you feel the gameplay should go for female My players. But for me, I don't see any reason as to why they shouldn't be the same. Check out Lily's videos to see exactly why, even if they went the realistic route, it wouldn't matter. Because regardless, we want to feel represented as the 2K female community in the city where everybody plays, no matter the potential risk that could come about from this change. As long as NBA 2K adds a proper reporting system to hold people accountable for acting weird, there's nothing else holding female My players back from the city. But if you think I'm wrong, hit the video on the right as I give you every single reason why female My players are the future for NBA 2K.